Welcome to Standing on Business the Magnate Way. I am Majesty Almighty Ally Nicole. Wow, excited to have you join me for this segment. I'm going to jump right in. I feel guided to speak with you about causing your emerging tribe to ascend and rise to your next level. And the reason why this is important is because sometimes in business, we've been taught to meet people where they are. But in the evolution of business, sometimes that creates this huge disconnect between you and actually those who are gearing up to be prepared to be with you, but they're not at that level yet. All right. And you don't actually want to reach into that world. That's the old paradigm. There's too much of a vibrational gap, but there is a way to bridge it. Digital products are tremendous for bridging the gaps, for helping people to level up and to start to ascend, to meet you at your next level and where they're going to land, all right? Because as they're leveling up, you actually only need to be, believe it or not, just a few steps ahead of your ideal emerging tribe for your higher end success, because they're already at a soaring level. But they need the preparation to meet you there. If you actually try to go and bridge that gap yourself in terms of coaching them up to this level, you're going to do yourself a disservice and them as well. That's why I have multi-dimensional tiers within my frameworks of how individuals get what they need from me at different levels. And trust me, I know what it's like to try to bridge that gap, to reach back and to bring someone up. And trust me, I know what it's like to have my financial vibrations jacked up from doing that. All right. Primarily working with a group of empaths, like that taught me such a huge lesson. And as I was shifting out of my empathic encoding, so to speak, and ascending in that way for myself so that I could get the maximum benefit of my magnate experience, then that was a part of my journey that I had to release. I had to let go, in a sense, and just provide on different levels what they needed in products. But in order for them to participate with me at my highest level, then no, they had to spend time leveling up and ascending to meet me at that level. And if they could not do it, then it was just, hey, it was great during the time of helping them to benefit in a certain way, but it was not something that I was going to compromise my alignment, my affluent alignment at that, to try to help someone get to a level where they've got to put in that work at that level to do that, and they actually don't need me at that level to do that. And if I have to be a champion for them in that way, then the alignment isn't there. And trust me, I learned that the hard way, in a sense. So something that I can say to you is that there are tribes that you have that are emerging tribes, or tribes of individuals who are ideal for you, but you have to know where they're what they're ideal for in terms of your services. So they may not be ideal to work with you, not long term anyway, maybe in some type of short term format to get them jump started, or there are products that they can level up themselves and do the work, the prerequisites. You should always have prereq work for people to get to you at a certain level. It's something I even require for masterminds. There has to be some pre-level of work done that puts them right where they need to be for the specific event or whatever the endeavor is, right? So you want your tribe or emerging tribe to ascend to meet you at your next level. And the reason why you have to make it about your next level, because I know we're supposed to make it about our customers and about our clients, but see, there has to be a win-win. What is your next level of profitability? What is your next level of how you feel guided to make the impact? And is the tribe that you're currently working with, are they already at that level that can support your next level, that they're not keeping you from expanding in your evolution based on what you can provide for them? Or is there another tribe that is already aligned for that, that you can sync up with, and then you'll know that they are ready for this next level, is because the prerequisites that you have in place will ensure that it's already laid the foundations for them to now have this next level jump off and catapult. So if you don't already have digital products, which you should, no matter what type of business you have, especially being a magnate, a simple platform to use for digital products, well, I'll name a few. If you want to create publications, Kindle Direct Publishing, which is a self-publishing print-on-demand service of Amazon, it's free to use, and you can be published within 24 to 72 hours. They provide free ISBN numbers and book cover templates. And so you can create low to medium content format types of publications, 30 to 70 pages. It can be longer if you choose, and create something that can prepare them and lay the foundation for getting to the next level of what it is that you're going to be providing. All right. If you want to create digital products, use Zoom recordings and upload your products to a platform called Gumroad.com. It's free to use, and create a tier of prerequisites that will be requirements for people to participate with you at your next level. That's going to lay the foundations where you're not having to repeat or regurgitate. They can listen to that. And then if you're in a coaching setting with them, or doing some type of mastermind, or however, you can get right into what you need to coach them on, because the foundation is laid. You didn't have to spend time training with that. You can now be able to take what they've learned to a more evolutionary level that meets you in your now for your now and next level. And again, this is important. It's critical. There's so many mismatches in the marketplace, and even how people are being served. Honestly, that's why results are not really being produced in the ways that they could be, because there's such a mismatch of dynamics. There are people that some of you have been coaching that needed products from you. And then there are some people who you have supported them in a way through products, but they actually do need your services in terms of some hands-on with you. And you have to be able to make that discernment. But regardless, is you want to make sure that the alignment is there, that people are not just here for the now what you have, but also able to support that next level. I mean, they can make the shifts really quick. That's why I like to do VIP intensives and different mastermind event initiatives, is because it helps you within a small time frame to do intensives to prepare people for something much more expansive, all right, than to be going with them through the process over and over and over, like you have done in the past with other clients. It's time to really ascend above that, because that's actually keeping a lot of people stuck. So you need some accelerated express types of processes within your business to ensure that you will be closer to always having your work in the now versus before. That's why I don't like regurgitating things that I have already taught several times when I'm in a setting with individuals. It's like, no, those foundational things you need to know, and here are the products that can help you. And these don't have to be expensive products, okay? Even if they're info products or so, informing them. But again, it's saving you time. And also too, it's not causing you to have to reach back to get people along. So if you need to provide some type of course or so, you have to have these things in place that will help people to ascend to where you are. And it's going to help them to challenge themselves to rise higher, and rise higher in a more accelerated way. All right. So again, this is important. I've named some platforms that you can use to create a tier of digital products. So whether you have a book, whether you have some type of masterclass training or a mini course, have some things in place that can help individuals to ascend, help them to meet you at what's going to be your now, but your next level. All right. Meaning they're ready to go with you into what is going to be next for you. All right. So again, this is important. And so I wanted to just come and emphasize this because this is not the time to be going back. I teach this in business and branding metamorphosis. I'll make sure that I have resources below as it relates to some of what I've been speaking about today, is in the metamorphosis aspect. In the older paradigm of our purposes and how we served, we would go through a journey where we overcome certain things, and we learn how to do things, and then we feel that that's our call, that's our mission to now teach others, because that's what we have, mastered, so to speak. But that's really an old paradigm. I have this concept within the communications factor, communications metamorphosis, within the business and branding metamorphosis factor, is where you write for caterpillars and speak to butterflies, meaning the journey, as I teach, the journey is not the butterfly. The journey produces content, and it was the journey. And there's content from that journey that you produce for others who are going to be on their journey. So that's books, that's products, certain products and resources, that kind of content, type of content, I should say. But when it's going to be who you spend your airtime with, in terms of who you're helping, that's in your physical space, you need to be with butterflies, okay? And be teaching butterflies, be rendezvousing with butterflies. A butterfly, or caterpillar, I should say, goes into the chrysalis. It doesn't go in with other caterpillars. It goes in alone. It's a lonely experience for individuals to navigate, but they can have the help through your products. And I'm not saying that you can't have any hands-on, but that can't be what your sole mission is. Your primary mission cannot be that you are the go back person and you're going back. No, going back can hold you back. Hear me when I say this. Going back can hold you back. How people can ascend, and sometimes I know it can be difficult. People want to say, but they're going to need the help and the guidance to navigate through. Well, this is where you raise up an apprentice or a protege or an associate coach or so, who is not fully come out of the experience themselves, and allow them to be the guide that helps to guide them through your products, through the journey. But again, your new position should be that people have to ascend to where you already are and already ready to support the next level that you're going to bring forth. Again, you reach back and it might pull you back. Ask me how I know. I read it in a book. I know from experience. All right. I am sharing from experience. And that's why I teach. The journey is not the butterfly. When you emerge or so, whatever your journey has been, believe it or not, that is not your brand. That's not your mission. That's why people get branded wrong, and they build missions and movements around what their journey was that keeps them in the past, that keeps them regurgitating the cocoon. No, that's where your abundance of products are. So from that journey, that part of the journey. And at some point, the expanded context of your butterflyness will become another phase of the journey that you evolve from. This keeps business evolution consistent for you, and goes back to what I talked about in another segment about creating catapults, consistent catapult to catapults of success in your business. I'll make sure that I have the link to that segment in the description. When you create catapults to catapults, that means you are consistently evolving and ascending, fluently ascending yourself. But you have to be accurately positioned. And again, who you're serving also has to be accurately positioned too. So again, no more reaching back to individuals to help them along in this, and not in a journey related way. All right. you're here to be of service. You're a high-end professional. So you are going to be helping individuals, and sometimes, again, one or two steps ahead of them, or providing from your holistic experience, but it won't be in, it'll be in a different way. Okay. Because it's a difference between, let's say, and this is a metaphor, obviously, um, where let's say that you have to change a tire for someone. That's kind of okay. You change, that's a quick deal and they can get on. But if it's now, you have to rebuild the engine and you got to like do the whole interior, pimp the ride in a sense. That's a longer process. All right. And you can be up for that in a sense, but if it's something that you have to rely on, it's different when you're having to do it all yourself. But when you're relying on people that you have to help and they're at a certain point, again, it may seem beneficial to be there to support them and help them, but a lot of times it's slowing you down and it's slowing them down too. There's too much of a vibrational disconnect from your evolution and their journey. The old paradigm that used to be supportive in business and women and in life purpose in general, in the new era, in evolution of who we are in humanity, and especially in the business marketplace, that doesn't work anymore. It doesn't, that doesn't work anymore. Again, if you're going to provide something, it needs to be very short term, nothing that is going to be long term, that you have to invest yourself in regurgitating what has been your experience. Again, this is where products come in and lay foundations. And then, yes, can you have a jump off conversation from that that can still put you and position you in your now work in a sense? Absolutely. But you just have to be mindful. You have to be careful. So again, I shared platforms that you can use. Of course, if you need help with this, reach out and there's support, for you. But in this magnate way of being, standing on business, sometimes there's some tough things that have to come out. And you have to recognize what potentially could be holding you back and preventing you from soaring in your success in a whole new way. All right. So again, there are people that you are here to serve at various levels, but you want to make sure you're accurately and affluently aligned to serve in the best ways. But for your next level that you are ascending, you have to now call people up to you. You have to cause them to come up. And so again, they want to be with you and they're ready to participate. They will accelerate their success. They'll accelerate even their results to get to that level. That you have to play from that position. When you are here to be a magnate, again, trust me, I know this because I have been there, where trying to help people get to a certain point and consistently trying to help them, again, primarily in the empathic experience. And they'll end up controlling the experience, but you're holding yourself back, trying to help them get to somewhere that they're going to have to navigate it on their own in that part. Because again, your journey has already produced the results and you have your evolution. If you continuously reach back to individuals and you think you're helping them, again, vibrationally, you could be causing a rift yourself where they can't connect up with that. And they're going to be on that slow track to learning. But if they really want to be with you in what it is that you're doing in the next level, then they've got to reach you there. They have to ascend. So again, they will binge watch your content and binge read your content online. They will purchase different products that will develop them to get the results so that they can participate with you. They will prove themselves to be worthy to be in that high-end space with you. Don't try to take people from broke to high-end a certain way who may not have the disciplines. Again, it doesn't mean that you can't help them, but the way you help them You got to change up how you do that. And you do have to recognize what sects of your tribe are ready for certain aspects of you. But regardless of who it is and what level of your tribe, it's time that they must ascend. Okay? And they must rise to your next level. And that's all I'm going to say on this particular subject. And I hope that this has been beneficial for you. Again, always check the description. And I look forward to being back with you soon. Take care.